Good afternoon, everybody. This is Tommy Jordan from Second Amendment Firearms Training Academy. I want to take a minute and share with you guys some of the range supplies that you might need. I used to have this on the page as just some text and some links, and I figured it might be easier just to show you. So if you're coming to one of our classes for concealed carry, basic pistol, or anything where you're going to handle a gun and have range time, you need some pretty basic range supplies. You don't have to go out there and get crazy. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Two things you need to have for sure. Safety glasses. There's not a specific preference. You don't have to go out and buy shooting glasses. You're not going to be doing any kind of crazy, hardcore brass ejection. You need a pair of glasses that'll protect your eyes in case while you're shooting a brass projectile from either your firearm discharging or the person to your left or right discharging comes back and hits you in the face. Hot brass in the eye area or the face in general doesn't feel pleasant. So those of you that wear glasses, if you already have glasses, you're good. If you would like to have another pair of like larger goggles over them, I'm never going to say that it's a bad idea. The more protection for your face and eyes you can get, the better. A thing I would like to add, for those of you that can or are okay wearing them, ball cap. Ball cap is a great thing when you're shooting pistol or rifle as well. Having no hat, and depending on how your glasses ride, these kind of ride tight to the face, they're good, but a lot of people's glasses tend to ride here a little bit and they leave this gap. So when you're shooting, if you're shooting something like some of the 1911s, some of the 380s, the brass ejects straight up and back. Not all guns do it, some do. The majority of them eject up and to the right. So it's not going to come straight back at you. But that means, depending on your spacing and how you're standing, so sometimes it can hit the guy that's shooting beside you. Happens a lot. So it's either going to come from yours or it's going to come from the guy to your left. So having the glasses here, you can still get a projectile sometimes right down in here. And now it's trapped between this glass lens and your nose. And not that that's a life-threatening emergency, it's not. But the thing you don't want is for a person holding a live firearm with the round chambered to go, ow, my face, while wielding a live firearm. So we definitely not only don't want you to get hurt, we don't want you to be startled, and we don't want you to do something in a moment of panic that would be unsafe. So for the safety aspect and the pain aspect, I like a ball cap, because the odds of a projectile going anywhere in this particular, I mean, it would be incredibly hard for that to happen. I've never seen it happen. I'm not going to say it can't. I guess if you were tilted way back, it's possible. But a ball cap really protects this little pocket right here very well. Ball cap is not required. Some sort of glasses or safety goggles are. If you wear glasses, you're fine. Wear those. If you have them super small frames, I truly would suggest for your own safety, you have some safety glasses. Next thing is hearing protection. Three kinds. You can get the foam earplugs. They're fine. I'll have some at the range as well. The problem with foam earplugs is most people don't know how to put them in. I know, sounds corny, and you're like, they're earplugs, man. You just stick them in. That's not true. And if you've just done things like running a loud drill or maybe hammering something, you've probably never experienced pain like you're going to experience if you put earplugs in wrong and the guy beside you is firing a 45 ACP. It's a whole different kind of discomfort. You need to kind of pull down on your ear, scrunch the plug up real well, put it in, push it deep, let your ear go, and it will settle, and then you'll feel it kind of seal off and go, okay, now you're good and deaf. Awesome. Do that to both sides. They do work. They're the cheapest solution. If you're only going to shoot once in a blue moon, they're fine. Okay? They're not my recommended. The second choice is going to be like a standard passive ear muffs. They look like these. These are not passive, but you get the general idea. It's just muffs that go over your head. Ooh, I got a big head. There we go. And slide down, just like that. Okay? Any shooting earmuffs are going to do just as good a job as foam earplugs, in my opinion. The third kind is active hearing protection, and that's what these are. Now, Before you go Googling active hearing protection, there's some, well, there's actually a fourth kind now, but over-the-ear active earmuffs are great. And if you don't know what they are, these are a very cheap set. These are Champions. They're a Walmart brand. They're probably 40 bucks. Each side has 2 AA batteries, and there's a front and a back. You can tell the front because they have the microphones, and the back has the volume controls. These are not my favorite. These were my first pair I ever bought, but they're not my favorite because each side has a power switch, each side has a volume control, and if you forget to turn them off, which you will, your batteries just die. Well, crud. So I like the other set I have here. Same idea. These are made by Howard Lake. It's a Honeywell company. Huh. Nothing fancy. These are what you might call a knockoff Peltor, except they're not $300. Also going to be in the 50 or 60 buck range. A little nicer than those, a little slimmer, which is good, especially if you're shooting a rifle because you have less space on your head when you're trying to get down stock. But these have one volume control. It's on this side. Controls both. It's got your microphone here on the front, on both sides. So the microphone points toward the noise, in this case toward the gun. Put these on. Oop, big head. There we go. Okay. And now you're good to go. You turn them on. Now all active hearing protection does this. You turn them on. You're going to notice, and if you've never ever shot with these, you'll be amazingly surprised. You're going to notice that when you turn them on, everything gets loud. You will hear a cricket scratching himself in the woods at 50 yards with these things on. If you've ever known somebody that had these, ask them if they took them deer hunting one time. They probably thought a herd of deer was trying to kill them, and instead it was a squirrel half a mile away scratching a tree. You do a very good job of amplifying ambient sound, which is great on the gun range, because on the gun range, things like ceasefire don't translate well when your ears are totally covered like this. So if you have earplugs in, you can't always hear the range commands. You can't be very safe. It's still better than not having any, but for the safety of others, active hearing protection is great. Again, if you're not going to shoot a lot, don't go spend the money. But if you think you are going to shoot a decent amount, by all means, make a small investment. You can go buy Peltors. They're $300 all day long. They're great. They're phenomenal. I've been shooting with this pair right here. I bought on Amazon for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. I've changed the batteries a couple times. That's it. These also have a battery timeout. I think it's 4 hours. So if you forget to turn them off, they shut themselves off. That's nice. They also have a headphone port. For way back in the day when phones had headphone ports, if you wanted to plug your phone in, you could hear a phone call, take a phone call. I suppose you could play music if you want to. But the way active hearing protection works, it amplifies ambient sound. You can hear your range commands clearer. You can hear oncoming vehicles. You can hear distractions or people that may be coming into your range area or your area of fire. So they give you more awareness. They also, the moment the gun fires, they compress that sound. A gunfire sounds like that's it. It's all you hear. I know you think I'm kidding. I'm not. It's me talking like this would sound like I'm darn near yelling at you, but me firing a 45 right beside you would sound like that. That's it. It's like a white clap sound. That's all you hear. So they're really, really good on the range. In my opinion, those are your best bets. For those of you that are professional shooters, don't even watch this. You know what you want them to go buy. Go buy them. I want some of them cool new wireless foam earbuds too that are like around the neck and super low profile. Yes, this is not for those people. This is for people that are coming to concealed carry for the first time or basic pistol for the first time and need some idea of what to have for range accessories. So ball cap, optional. Safety glasses or glasses of some kind required. Again, you don't have to meet a certain standard. A dollar store pair of safety glasses is just fine for pistol for what you're doing at the range that day. If you're going to shoot a lot, no, invest in some better glasses. These are actually designed for doing like brick drilling and stuff like that, where concrete can kind of blast back at you. They work great. They do cover over the top. You can't see it in the camera very well, but they actually have a little bit of a lip here on top as well that brings them closer to the face, and that's why I like these. They're cheap. Hearing protection required. Eyes required, so we call it eyes and ears. Ball cap optional. Ladies and, well, you see, both genders. Shoes, no flip-flops, no open-toed shoes. Again, everyone around you is going to be discharging brass. Bang, 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 brass is flying out, brass is flying around. It's going to fall at your feet. At some point, you're going to step on it. We don't want a hot piece of brass to get caught in your flip-flop or your slide, and then you're jumping around on one foot going owie, owie, owie while holding a loaded firearm. Not a good idea. So for the same reason, ladies and guys, I suppose, I would not recommend you wear a V-neck shirt that day, especially ladies if you are more of the endowed type, where that V-neck is more pronounced, because you do not want an open hole for a piece of hot brass to fly down, because it will magically go right there every time. And I have had a student come slam out of her clothing on the gun range, because that brass only stays hot for 3 or 4 seconds, but the 1 second was all she needed to decide she did not want that hot brass in her shirt anymore. So for your own safety and modesty, I would suggest you not wear a V-neck shirt or a loose neck shirt. All right. So t-shirt's great. Guys, polo, fine. Button up, fine. I don't care if you wear a tank top with no sleeves, just have a neck. All right. You think that's about it. So eyes, ears, those are required. No open-toed shoes. At the gun range, at my gun range, it is a grass deck with your target 25 or about 15 yards away from you at the end. So small little grassed-in area. However, it rains. It can get muddy. We live in the Piedmont part of Carolina with that wonderful clay that we brought from Georgia, apparently. So I always suggest on range day that you just have a good solid pair of shoes. I try not to take you out when you're gonna, I know you're gonna get dirty. I try not to get you out there in the mud, but chances are we're gonna shoot rain or shine. So wear some appropriate footwear. That's it. If you got any questions, email us on the website, message us on Facebook. Otherwise, have a good day, y'all, and I'll see you at the range.